My name is Fumani Nyalangu. I've been working here as a guide from 1998 to 2020. So presently I'm working as an educational officer here in Tswaing Meteorite Crater Museum. The Tswaing Meteorite Crater was formed about 220,000 years ago by a burning meteorite which was 50 meters in diameter. So you can estimate 50 meters to half the size of a soccer field. And initially this crater was 200 meters deep at first, but presently the crater is only 100 meters deep because of sediments from erosion. So from the southern rim to the northern rim, this crater is 1.4 kilometers. That's the diameter of the crater. So there were arguments about the origin of this crater. There were two groups of geologists. One group thought that this crater was formed from meteorite impact, whereas the other ones were of the opinion that it was formed from volcanic eruption. So in 1990 and 91, during the research, they inserted boreholes of 200 meters deep in the center of the crater. Then from the drill core results, they got evidence to confirm that this crater was formed from meteorite impact, not from volcanic eruption. So the evidence that they got included the mineral grains, sulfide traces, melt breccia fragments, and a piece of glass. So you can simply make glass by exposing sand to heat. When meteorites fall, they will fall burning with fire. That means the local sand, which is the dominant soil around this area, was burned down by the fire from the meteorite, and as a result a glass was formed. So this served as evidence to confirm that this crater was formed from meteorite impact, not from volcanic eruption. And for the other ones who thought that this crater was formed from volcanic eruption, it was because they looked at the location of volcanic rock, because we also have volcanic rocks inside this crater. But further on during the research, it was found that those rocks were much older than the crater itself, meaning a volcano might have erupted long before the impact. And another thing that they got from the rocks is that those rocks were 1,300 million years old, whereas the crater was only 220,000 years old. So this shows us that a volcano might have erupted long before the impact. So finally it was concluded that this crater was formed from meteorite impact, not from volcanic eruption. Then historically, the first people who inhabited this area were called the Stone Age people. About 300,000 to 150,000 years ago, those people were attracted here by the salt water. They were also attracted by the animals around. So those people lived around this area. About 800 years ago, early Tswana and Sotho speaking communities also inhabited this area. What the early Tswana speaking people did with this water here, they used to produce salt. They used clay pots and firewood to evaporate the water from the crater. Then they produced salt, which they used for consumption, even for buttering. They also used to preserve meat using the salt from the crater. The water that you see there is much saltier. It is about 14 times saltier than seawater. So we call this place Tswaing, the place of salt, because of the salt in the water. My favorite feature about Tswaing is the Grandeur Meteorite Crater, one of the 4 best preserved meteorite craters in the world, used for research, for science, for geology, conservation, and also for community involvement. This crater was formed long ago, and it attracts many people from overseas, even local people. What makes Tswaing a great spot for a day trip is the meteorite crater and the wetland area. At the wetland area is where most bird watchers, when they come to Tswaing, they will like going there to see the different birds that we have. We have about 240 bird species here in Tswaing. We also have a picnic area where people can relax after hiking to the 7.2 kilometers hike. We also have some bush camps here in Tswaing, which makes it unique to other museums for people to come and enjoy here. We also have overnight accommodation where we have 4 traditional chalets built in 4 traditional styles. There is one chalet from the Zulu, the second one is from Botswana, the third one is from the Tsonga, and the last one is from Basotho. So we are still planning to build other chalets to accommodate the other cultural groups. We also present educational programs for school groups. So we have programs that are developed here. They go in line with the curriculum. So we're working together with the Department of Education. And apart from that, we have a lot of events that we do every year for different institutions, especially this educational institution. We have Wetland Day celebration on the 2nd of February each year. During June, we also have Environmental Day, and we also have Heritage Day, where people can come and see the Tswaing Meteorite Crater and the whole place for free. So that is something that we do in Tswaing in order to uplift the community around and also to give them awareness about environmental issues. That is what we do during these environmental days. I would like to say something to the community as a whole, perhaps the South African society or the world as a whole. As people, I think we must start learning to love and protect wetland areas, because these areas, they provide us with food, they also provide us with water, and water is one of the main sources of everything that we do on earth. In industries we use water, in our household we also use water, for agricultural activities we use water. So without water there will be no life. So I also urge people not to litter or to dump dirty materials or chemicals in wetland areas, because wetlands play a very important part in our life. If we protect our wetland, it means we'll be protecting our life also. Then we can have a good ecological value from the wetlands by protecting them. Thanks very much.